91.9 WFPK. I'm Kyle Meredith, joined in the studio by Jake Shears, formerly of Scissor Sisters. I don't know how to say that. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How you doing?
I'm well. It's good to have you in town, man.
It's been awesome to be in town.
Yeah. And we should say you've got a show coming up.
Yeah, there's a show this Saturday. Actually, it's Sunday. Sorry, it's Sunday. But yeah, it's super exciting. It's going to be the I've been living in Louisville, writing and making music and stuff like all winter, and it'll be the first show ever. It'll be my first solo show in North America. I've done one other solo show, but it was in Australia years ago.
Yeah, and
it'll basically be my first solo show.
Are you scared?
No, I'm just super excited. I'm really stoked.
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't feel scared at all. Really, I'm just like excited to like get on stage again. It's been like 5 years.
Yeah. And when you say solo show, is it just you, or are you going to have like I don't know?
Oh, I got a
solo band.
Yeah, I've got a band.
So you've got some people with you. It's not just you up there. Just
no, it's not like me and an acoustic guitar or anything, like nothing like that. But there's
Quite the departure.
A full band. But I'm really stoked.
That's really, really cool. Well, let's catch up then, because as you said there, it has been a little while since we've heard from you. Really, I mean,
the last Scissors record
was that 2012?
Scissor Sisters Magic Hour came out exactly 5 years ago. I think a couple days ago.
Oh well, happy anniversary!
It's just weird how fast time goes by.
Like, did you have plans that you were going to step away this long, or is it just this is the way it's happened?
I moved from New York to LA, and it really sort of tripped me up a little bit.
Yeah.
LA took a while to adjust to, and we'd done the band for so long. It'd been 4 albums and 10 solid years of touring and recording, and I think that it was time to like live life a little bit outside of that, and experience like all those ups and downs, and which I did, and kind of come out the other end of it with like some life under my belt.
Okay, so you were able to comfortably step away from it and actually step away.
It was really hard to. It was really hard to not be on stage anymore and not have, Scissor Sisters never broke up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we've sort of maybe disbanded for the moment. There's never like, I don't think anybody's opposed to getting back together and doing another album someday, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But
thanks for saying that, so I don't have to be the interviewer who asked that question that every interviewer.
Yeah, no, I mean everybody's baby daddy, who I started the band with, who's actually from Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
He's like my brother. We still write music together and hang out all the time.
Yeah,
and
I was going to ask, is that the reason why you sort of landed in Louisville? Because I know your connection, with Lexington, but otherwise you could have any city in the country, and here you are. I've been really sort of. I moved to New Orleans a year and a half ago, mm-hmm.
and have been living there part-time between there and LA, and then I just found some folks here in town that I really wanted to make music with.
Yeah.
And so that's what brought me here. And I've definitely, I've been here for months and months, like, this last 9 months or so. I've been in town a lot.
Just hidden. Like I was throwing a sarcastic comment to you before we turn on the mics here. And I said, thanks a lot for letting us know all this time. We could have given you a show. You could have been working here, doing whatever you want, man. But it's cool. It's really cool to hear. I mean, we love the town, so we're happy you fell for it too.
Yeah, it's been a great spot and a wonderful place to be creative. And
yeah,
I definitely prefer the fall and the spring to the winter.
Don't we?
But who doesn't?
It was a warm winter, for what it's worth. Yeah.
There was some moments that I was very underprepared.
I mean, if you're coming from New Orleans, that's quite a difference.
But like the cool thing is that like I bought a Ford Ranger here for $1,500, and I grew a big mustache and
looks great on you.
This is the trimmed down version.
Not everybody can pull off a mustache. Not everybody looks good in it.
It's still the question. The jury's out on whether I do or not.
I can't do it.
No, some it's there's actually I've written a song about it recently. This very thing that we're talking about.
You wrote a song about growing a mustache.
Yeah, it's a good one too. But anyways, what were we talking about? I can't remember.
We were talking about everything, and
I was just saying that I really got into, I bought some boots and like I got into just like, living the Kentucky life.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, let me back up for anyone just tuning in. Jake Shears, of Scissor Sisters fame, I think I can throw it like that, is going to be playing Zanzabar this Sunday. The very first solo shows, and it's a small solo tour. And are you going to be playing some of these songs that you've been writing, or are you going to be playing some of the old material? Like, how does it work out for you?
It's going to be like people better like new stuff because it's just
it's going to be
it'll be a lot of but then I'm still going to play some Scissors tunes.
Yeah,
and but there's going to be a lot of new music. And it's going to be a fun little tour because we're doing Louisville, we're going to Atlanta, Nashville, Birmingham, and then we'll finish up in New Orleans, which is, kind of my second home now. So it's nice to bookend it between Louisville and New Orleans just because I've spent so much time and made so many friends and have been so there's been a lot of creative output in both spots. So they've been special spaces for me.
Yeah. Now I'm curious about this new music, though. I mean, does this have any likeness to the Scissor Sisters, or is this something like different for you?
It's very, very, very me. It's like I think it will become you'll hear all those things that I think that I brought to Scissors is there.
Okay.
But even kind of accentuated.
That's still cryptic enough to entice people to come out Sunday.
It's going to be like I have to say it's going to be like maybe one of the most special shows I've ever played.
Yeah.
Personally, it's going to be a really like special night for me.
Now, I will ask though, it's hard not to go down to New Orleans and not have that music like affect you and soak it up. Like, is there a New Orleans vibe to any of it?
Yeah, you definitely, but not in like there's definitely like influence, but not in like any sort of obnoxious way. Like,
right.
Kind of in the way that there's always been certain influences in my music.
Sure.
They carry over to this.
Like I said, there are just some cities, I guess, that are so associated with certain sounds that you wonder, like, when artists go down there, and not everybody does that. Like,
living in New Orleans is like being sometimes in the Muppet Show. Like, that's seriously, that's what I love about it. Is there's like the most joyful music coming from like every corner, and that's one of the things I really love about it, and that definitely like inspires me to no end.
That's so cool. So we're going to hear some of this, the preview of these songs Sunday at Zanzabar, and then you go on your short tour, and hopefully that's not the last we hear of you for anher 5 years at that point.
No. I think the next couple years is going to be super, super busy, which I'm excited to feel employed again. No, it's been nice to have I do like to work super hard. I like to be on stage, and like I'm very excited to like start performing.
Yeah, I want to point out to you that those 5 years in between, it's not like you weren't doing anything, because I did see stuff in there that you just had a track come out with Bright Light.
There was, and
there were other people's. I mean, you worked on Queen's last record. You worked with Cher on her last record. I mean, that's a nice jump right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff that I've gotten to do. I've been, writing with Sophie Tucker from New York, and I just had a single. I don't know, was it a year and a half ago with Kylie and the Nervo Girls. There's been like a lot of fun little things here and there, and. I spent my first time, I got to go on stage, did my first acting, and I've written a book during this time.
Oh, tell me about those two things. What's the book, and where did you act?
I got cast in a play called Bent, in an amazing production by Moises Kaufman in Los Angeles at the Taper Forum 2 summers ago. It's a really intense drama about gays and the Holocaust, which is. Yeah, it was an amazing experience for me. I've never acted and been on stage really in that capacity.
Trial by fire.
And it was not only was it just like it was just like intense all around, but it was such a great time. I had the best summer, and it really like changed my life in this awesome way. So I've gotten to do really awesome stuff all over the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Talking with Jake Shears here, 91.9 WFPK. Again, the sometimes Scissor Sisters bandmate is going to be playing at Zanzabar this Sunday, which you can get the details about at WFPK.org and Zanzabar show. I gotta, because you guys covered Pink Floyd at one point. Did you go to the Roger Waters show last night?
I sure did. Yeah.
I don't have FOMO a lot these days, and I've so got it right now because I went ahead and skipped out last night going, I'm sure I'll catch the tour at some point. And
it's one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Everybody says it online.
It was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I was totally just floored. It was gorgeous. And if you didn't get a chance to see it last night, I recommend traveling someplace and catching it because it really blew my mind.
Yeah. And it's funny because, now he has this sort of, almost local connection because working with Jacket, and we do so much with Lucius, and they were on stage last night, and I've seen the pictures of that, and I imagine that they were just,
And his new stuff sounds great. I've just heard the two singles that,
Yeah, we've been playing Smell the Roses a lot.
Yeah, they're really good, and they sounded amazing last night.
Yeah.
They sounded really good. He seems in great form, and I don't know, he just seems like an awesome guy. Like, over the years, I've always, thought, you kind of wonder, like, which one's the crankier one? Is it David or Roger? And I always I always thought it was Roger. But now I think David might be the crankier one.
See, I get in the argument with Pink Floyd fans because I'm a Roger guy. I liked the final cut. I loved that record where no one else was like, "Oh, that was a Roger solo record." It's.
I love his. I just revisited Radio Chaos from top to bottom. I went for a drive on Saturday and listened to all that. And Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking has always been a big inspiration for me. I love that record. But he's amazing, and you could really sense the joy emanating from him on stage. He seemed like he was having a great time and really happy.
I feel bad about my life choices right now. Thank you, Jake. And thank you for stopping in today.
Yeah,
it's
thanks
a lot
for
of
having
fun.
me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
So the tour starts Sunday.
Starts Sunday. Yeah, come on down, Zanzabar.
Zanzabar, and hopefully now that we know that you're around a little bit more often, we'll see you again soon.
I have a feeling I'm gonna I have a feeling I'm gonna be in town a lot over the next few years.
Awesome, man. Well, with the Roger thing in mind, we're gonna play that really famous cover that the Scissor Sisters did of "Comfortably Numb," and that's where I'll send you on your way.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
All right, it's 91.9 WFPK.